This is a bit of a weird question, but are you kind of surprised just how much Bilal seems to hate you?
I am 100%. For some reason, I don't know what scenario is built in his head. Um, before first time, everyone seen how the fight went. Um, Ended in eye poke. Now we're having a rematch. That's where it starts to end with me. You know what I mean? For him, it's kind of built up like a mad scenario in his head where, um, I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird.
He's bumping into each other, he's popping off, he's saying he's going to do all these mad scenarios to you and embarrass you, torture you is the word he used today. Do you think he's being out of character, or do you think he's realized, like, oh, I'm going to have to start promoting myself to try and get these opportunities again? Or what do you make of his behavior this week?
I feel like he's trying to talk himself in the fight. You know, he's trying to convince himself that he's better than what he is. I feel. Um, it's the only way I can see it. I can't see what else there is. You know. So yeah, that's it really.
Do you find it a little bit weird with some of the things that he's saying, considering how he usually fights in the cage, considering what he's saying is a little bit
Yeah, it's
different?
contradiction, right? Like, when has he ever tortured anybody in the cage? Like, when has he ever knocked nobody out? When has he ever like, is he gonna choke me out halfway, let me up, look at my brother, let me back up, look at my coach? I was like, bro, you're deluded, you know. He even came out today and said that well, not today, and said that if he beats me, which he won't, he's topping GSP. Yeah, I mean, he's like, his boxing coach came out and said he's got same hands as Canelo. He's like, how's going on? He's like, I don't know. It's a weird thing, but it is what it is.
The first time you fought him, you came out like pretty aggressive, really set the forward motion. Was that because you just saw something in him where I don't feel a threat from him, or is it because you had been on the sidelines for so long with COVID and all the rest of it? Why did you fight that aggressively in that fight?
A bit of both, a bit of both. I was believe I'm better than him, you know. So, I feel like I am levels above him, and that's the way I fought, and that's the way I'm going to fight on Saturday night. I truly believe I am levels above him, and Saturday night I'll prove that again.
He was in here saying, he's better than Kamari, better than Colby.
Who is?
Bilal said that he's better than. Well, you kind of asked my question. When you look at him compared to those two, do you think this is an easier fight?
Um, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. You know, I don't. I think Kamara's better than him, obviously. But let's see. Like I said, I'm taking him serious because whatever he's using to convince himself to be in the fight, I have to take him seriously. You know, but we'll see. Sunday morning, I'll answer it again.
Leon, Bilal's team are saying that his boxing is on the same level. Have you seen?
Canelo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you make of that? And just touching on the hatred vibes that he's been giving off towards you, you seem the complete opposite. You seem like you
Yeah.
couldn't care less.
I don't get it. You know what I mean? I don't where it's coming from. You know what I mean? I haven't said much really, apart from like bantering. And for me, it's all banter. For him, it's like taking it deadly serious. You know what I mean? So, as far as the Canelo thing, I think that's like everyone knows. Hey, that's just what the fuck. You know what I mean?
Do you expect him to stand and strike with you for more than a few minutes in the fight, or do you know his game like the back of your hand at this point?
He might try to. You know what I mean? He won't have much success in it. I think everyone knows his game plan would be to come out and try wrestling. But even his wrestling ain't all that really. You know what I mean? He ain't a fucking Khabib or like a GSP. It's Bilal. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. Let's see.
You mentioned Khabib there. Khabib has supposedly come up with a game plan to beat you, and Bilal believes he'll do the same thing to you that Khabib did to Conor McGregor. And
I ain't Conor McGregor and he ain't Khabib. You know, a man like you can't use Khabib to credit yourself. You ain't Khabib. You didn't grow up with Khabib. You probably trained like for a little bit. That's about it. You know what I mean? I've trained with Khabib before. You know what I mean? What does that mean? It means nothing. You know what I mean? And he's using another man's work to gain confidence off his work. But you ain't put that kind of work in, you know?
has your opinions about Khabib changed at all throughout this? You
Nah.
know, with him
No,
helping
no.
Bilal and helping Islam, who wants the belt that you've got right there as well.
No, no. I think it's still one of the best fighters to do it, you know, and that's it.
Hang on right here. When in the lead up to this, Bilal's used phrases like he's going to 50-42 you. He's predicting like these dominant decision wins. When you
Oh, this like if it was me, yeah, I'm not gonna go like mad deluded and shit and just talk random shit. But like I'm going, I'm gonna fucking knock this guy out and like cut him up and like you want violence in it. Like, if I could like dream any scenario in my brain, dream violence. I wouldn't dream fucking going to decision. You know what I mean? It's just a weird like thoughts that's going on. You know what I mean?
Well, you also called him the least intimidating person in
It
the
is. He
entire
is.
UFC.
And he is. He is. You know what I mean? Like, he is. Like, there's zero. Like, let's say, like, we're in the street and I saw Belal Muhammad. I wouldn't be afraid of him one bit. You know what I mean? And that's how I look at it. Like, he's not intimidating one bit. You know what I mean? And that's it.
What happened with this run-in with you and him near an elevator or in an elevator?
That I was going up to floor 3. Opened. He was like standing right there in front, and I think he thought in his head that I wouldn't have came into the lift. I walked straight into the lift and press number 3, and that was it. Came out. Then it's weird because in the lift it was mad quiet. And then after the lift opened, everyone's outside. He's like, "Oh, pussy, blah blah blah." I was like, "Bro, why didn't you say all this in the lift when it's just in the lift?" You know what I mean? But I don't know.
Well, he also said he was sizing your brother up in case he hopped over the
Oh god, that's funny.
This, one final one for me, unrelated to this fight. I don't know if you saw, but on November 1st, they're going to introduce these new rule changes they approved with 12-6 elbows will be allowed, and they've redefined what a grounded opponent is. So I'm curious, what do you make of these new rules that
I think it's good. Because like, if you can do this everywhere else, why not just add that one in as well? So yeah, I think it'd be good to start training that and adding that to my toolbox. I love elbowing anyway, so that'd be a lovely little tool to add.
Leon down here. After your win over Colby, you said you set your sights on becoming the greatest welterweight of all time, obviously surpassing GSP's 9 title defenses. The way the division's lined up, there's contenders like Shavkat Rakhmonov, there's Ian Gary, there's Jack Della Maddalena, and stylistically, you could argue they're better than the fighters that GSP
Yeah,
fought in
100%.
his prime.
Definitely.
So does this kind of make Belal somewhat of like a unnecessary pit stop in the journey to becoming the best welterweight?
No, I feel like all these fights are important. You know what I mean? Like Belal will count just as much as me being Shavkat, me being Ian. You know what I mean? Because when it's all said and done, when I'm looking back, no, I'm on like a 10 fight defense streak. He's even part of the 10. You know what I mean? So you have to take him serious, and I am. I did in camp, and yeah.
And do you think he's made any improvements since the first time you fought? Obviously, it was like nearly 3.5 years ago.
I believe so. I believe a little bit of improvement, but I feel like skill for skill and just the way his habits are is still the same habits. He still made the same mistakes that he did when we first fought, and I feel like my fights that I've had have prepared me better than what he's had. You know, and that's it.
And I don't know if you said you've seen him say some crazy stuff. He also said that he might deliberately lose the first round to lure you into a false sense of security. What's your thoughts on that?
Belal, it's Belal, isn't it? Belal, being Belal, I guess. So he's gonna come out, lose the first round, and then what?
Torture you, apparently.
After the first round, after he lost the first round. Okay.
Leon, just here, mate. Just going back to what his coach said about him looking like Canelo on the pads. When you're looking at him striking, does anyone pop to mind in terms of he doesn't look like Canelo, but he looks like someone else on the pads?
He's a shitboxer. I don't know who a shitboxer is. Tommy, no, Tommy's a good lad. I don't know. Nah, I think Jet Pump knocks him out in a boxing match, just pure boxing. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Was there any like sympathy for Belal? Obviously, he was in a similar position to you, where he's on this long winning streak and he's kind of knocking on the door for the title shot and he couldn't get it. Was there any sympathy?
No, not really. Not really. I got no sympathy. Like, the game is a game, man. No one had sympathy for me when I was going for my shit. You know what I mean? So no, not really.
I talked to you about that trick shot the other day. It kind of went everywhere. You're kicking the basketball. But how did that come about?
Just going for a morning jog, and the ball came towards me, kicked it, and went in. It's a normal day, lads. I don't understand what you're trying to.
I was about to say.
It's a normal.
It
morning
kind of
jog.
has like, you remember the Ronaldinho advert? Was it for Nike back in the early 2000s where
Yeah.
you hit the crossbar? Was it real? Was it?
Mine was right. I don't know about Ronaldinho. One. Fair play though.
If you had missed, then you would have essentially just kicked that geezer's ball like a mile away.
Exactly, and it carried on jogging. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Leon, I'm just wondering, being from Birmingham yourself, in the main event, I know you
From
visited.
Birmingham yourself. God.
You visited Villa Park earlier on. This is the summer now. There would be no better time to do it at Villa Park. I know Dana doesn't necessarily like doing it outdoors in the UK.
Yeah.
Do you think it will ever come to Birmingham? If so, when?
Yeah, 100%. We'll keep defending him about, and obviously I am the guy, so why not? You know what I mean? Like Villa Park would be perfect to have that in the summer. You know what I mean? I think UK deserves a stadium show. We haven't had one yet, so why not? You know.
Leon. On the Schmo, Belal said, and I quote him, "I don't think they're fans of Leon. They're just fans of having a British champion. I don't think they're really Leon fans." When talking about the English fans, what do
Villa
you
also
think of
says that the UK fans gonna support him more than me. You know what I mean? So I think he's just like I said, talking and just trying to convince himself. I don't know whatever trying to tell himself to make himself sound better than what he is. You know.
Leon, you were given custom shorts by the UFC right here. You were given custom shorts by the UFC. When did the UFC come to you with that, and did you have any part in the design?
In training camp, Hunter Campbell messaged me and obviously sending me ideas, and I kind of sent him like the Jamaican football jersey, the new one, and said I'll try and make it similar to that one. And yeah, that's what they did.
And 3.5 years ago or so, you were removed from the rankings for inactivity. Now, fast forward, you're the UFC welterweight champion. You're the number 4 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Talk to me about how crazy these last 3.5, 4 years have been.
It's been crazy. A crazy journey, you know. And like I said at the time, like I was the only one that believed in this dream. You know, I was the only one that, like, even the media was going against me and everyone's going against me, and I'm the only one that stayed solid and believed in my dream. And now here I am living it, you know, and everyone else now jumping on board. You know what I mean? So just make, for me anyway, that journey that I've went on, I probably wouldn't change it for the world. I feel like it made me a better martial artist, physically and mentally, and I think that's the reason why I can come into fight week happy. I can come to fight week myself, because that's who I've been this whole time. You know, I'm happy. You know what I mean? There's no pressure. I don't have to like keep up a character or anything. Just be myself and yeah, just keep dominating.
And my final question: your last 3 fights have been against wrestling-based fighters in Kamaru Usman and Colby Covington. Where do you see Belal maybe having a different kind of style to them that he could pose a threat?
I don't think it'd be different. It'd be similar, because the Colby's boxing, wrestling. Kamaru is boxing, wrestling. Really, the kick, but not really. The more boxing, wrestling. Belal, same boxing, wrestling. The kicks, but not really. The attacks, as far as wrestling goes, similar. You know what I mean? So, I just feel like my path to this rematch is better prepared me for the rematch more than his path to the rematch. You know what I mean? He fought Burns, that was injured. Who else? Luke. Who else? Wonderboy, that's 60 years old. So, Damon Maya, so 60 years old. So, all the people that he's fought, Luke is, I think everyone knows, kind of over the hill now. He had a great career, but he's fighting Nick Diaz next. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I feel like my path was better. Find the pound number 1 guy at the time, Kamaru Usman. Not just the fight, just the camps is what make you better. You know what I mean? And to have these back-to-back camps has improved my game overall. You know.
Leon back here. In order to become champion, you have to overcome what we would call a burn moment, which is just a really tough time in your life. So what do you think is your biggest burn moment that you had to overcome to become the welterweight champion of the world?
In my career?
Just career, life, just in general.
I go career. I don't know, probably like the second Usman fight. Going to Salt Lake City, altitude, use all the training altitude, winning the first round, body going like getting effective from that altitude, and then staying focused until the last round and getting the finish over the pound number 1 guy, and then coming back and then beating him again in the rematch. I think just that I'll probably say.
Leon, can I just ask about, obviously you've been in Belal's position. How does preparation for a fight change if, you know, being the challenger and obviously now being the champion?
I don't think it's changed much. You know what I mean? I've been headlining before I was champion anyway. far as the work goes in, still 5-5s. I don't think it changes much. I don't believe. You know what I mean? But I also believe that if it's already a headline anyway, now just fighting for the belt, it's more pressure. Obviously, I don't know whether it's for him or for me, but it's probably more on the line, more pay-per-view points, more money, more all that. There's more on the line. But as far as camp goes and the work goes, I think it's all similar. You know.
And obviously, you know, since the first fight, you've gone on to do great things. But has that no contest obviously been hanging over you, like for Saturday night, obviously, as well as, you know, your third title defense? Will it be an opportunity to kind of close that chapter and kind of silence Belal once and for all?
Yeah, 100%. He's when I messed up my streak. Yeah, I mean, crying. But yeah, I feel like going out there Saturday night, finally shutting them up and just moving on my career, just add to it, you know.
Leon at the back here, mate. All right, pal. Recently we spoke to MVP, and obviously I know that his last fight it didn't go as planned, but he said that a fight between you and him would be like massive for British MMA, especially as an inspiration for where you both come from.
Yeah.
Would you entertain that at any point, and what would he need to do to get that fight with you?
Win first, eh? Like, probably would have, you know, like let's say he did go out there, battered Ian, probably one more, beat Shavkat, then that would be massive in the UK, you know what I mean? But I feel like he's left it too late to make the move over to UFC. I wish he did it a bit earlier, you know, and does it make it to title contender? I don't know. There's a lot of tough guys in the division. Ian's not a great wrestler, you know what I mean? Ian out-grapple you. Ian ain't strong. Ian out-grapple you, you know what I mean? So I feel like, I don't know.
If he was giving it just to make the fight massive in the UK, like almost when people say some people don't deserve it, would you be happy with it? Or
if what, give him a title shot now?
No, not now on a loss, obviously, but like if it was to get a good couple of
let's say it does go out there and like I said, beat these guys that's like meant to be next, then obviously it's be one of the biggest fight in UK history. You know what I mean? So, but you have to put the work in to get there. You can't just say, "Oh, if I was fucking fighting Mike Tyson," it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? You have to actually go out there, win the fights, get yourself to a position where you can fight for the title. Then this fight will be massive. You know what I mean?
Leon down here. I don't know if you saw Belal when he went on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. He opened up as to, oh fuck, there goes my camera. Sorry about that. I'll leave it.
Jesus, someone else, go on.
No, he basically explained the reason why he was so emotional, because he'd obviously previously had eye surgery in there, and he said that he couldn't see. What's your reaction to that? Because we've not actually had the chance to speak to you about that.
I haven't heard that before. What?
No, so he said that he was so emotional about it because he...
Well, crying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he'd previously injured his eye and he thought that he was going to be blind.
Yeah, but if you get punched in your face, let's say... I don't know.
Fair enough. And off topic, obviously your brother's got a big fight coming up in September 14th.
Yeah.
How do you think that rematch goes?
I think my brother finishes him. I think his improvements in the gym is looking solid, you know, so... I'm excited for him to go out there and achieve his dream, become the world champion. You know what I mean? And he ain't got long left. It's September 21st, I think.
14th.
Yeah, one of them. And he's looking great, you know. So I'm excited for his career and what he's achieving.
And as a Villa fan, how buzzing were you when Ollie Watkins scored that winner against the Netherlands?
I was very happy. I'm more like a UK fan, to be honest. I enjoy like international football. So I was watching like this camp was great because obviously the thing football was on, and I was having people like that just representing Villa and Birmingham, and yeah, it was good.
Cheers, man.
Are you going to be celebrating your win despite the time difference on Saturday or Sunday morning?
I don't know. I got like a house. I probably like a little breakfast brunch. I don't know. I wish it was like a bit more earlier, but probably like a little breakfast brunch and get all the boys around, get some pancakes and go from there.
Thank you.
Islam Makhachev wants your belt. It's not a secret. If you will win on the Saturday night, is there any single chance?
When I win on Saturday night, what?
Oh, okay. So is there any single chance that you will fight Islam in October in Abu Dhabi?
I don't think it'll be October because UFC spoke to me about nothing or even hint that way. You know what I mean?
But this year?
this year. I don't think it happened this year, but I think eventually, if we both keep going out there and winning and dominating our divisions, then that's a possibility. You know, for me, my own path, I would like to also get a second belt and moving up to middleweight. I think I'm big enough to do that, and that's one of my dreams, to go out there and do that. Like I said, I want to top GSP. GSP, I went and won the middleweight strap. So I feel like I have to do all these things that he's done for me to consider myself the best welterweight of all time. You know, so yeah, if Islam happens eventually, then it is what it is. But like I said, from my own path, my own journey, I'd like to get me a second bout. Thank you.